Welcome to India Global Forum. The theme of today is Quantum Leap, and the digital economy and telecommunications are critical enablers of that great leap forward. I'm now really pleased to explore this idea of driving connectivity in the UK-India relationship with the Chief Executive Officer of Vodafone Group, Nick Reed. Welcome to India Global Forum, Nick.
Thank you very much, Edie. A pleasure to be here at this important event.
Tell me, how do you see the development of the UK-India relationship, particularly in the context of digital economy and telecoms?
Well, I'm extremely positive about the relationship and links between the UK and India. As the fifth and sixth largest economies in the world with a combined GDP of over $6 trillion, I think there's a really significant opportunity to deepen the economic ties between the two countries. I was really pleased to see the strong leadership, the ambitious agenda set by Prime Minister Johnson and Prime Minister Modi in the 2030 roadmap. And I think it really sets the tone for a successful free trade agreement negotiation and towards, if you like, a revitalization of the long-term partnership between UK and India. I mean, I love the ambition of doubling the value of the trade between the two countries by 2030. I think that's the right level of ambition that's required from two very influential countries. As the largest foreign investor in India, with about 20 billion invested so far, and we're a leading player in the digital sector, both in the UK and India. And to give you an idea of the scope of that, we have combined nearly 300 million customers with over 30,000 employees across the two countries. I believe, as a CEO, in public-private partnerships that really deliver technological collaboration and leadership that ultimately improves society. And I really think that we should be tackling the big global challenges we face, whether climate, security, terrorism, global health. And I think our sector can play a big role in that. And I think a really good example was what we experienced over the pandemic. It was an example of the sector coming to the aid of government, really focusing on keeping everyone connected in society, whether it's family and friends, whether it was people connected to public services like health or education, or keeping SMEs alive and well and able to take stock and then move forward in the recovery phase. So we were there for the pandemic. The sector will be there for the growth and the recovery and building back stronger. And I'd say finally, the sector is always there for the wider ecosystem. I mean, we employ in India 50,000 people in direct jobs. However, we indirectly contribute to the income of about 1 million multi-brand retailers. And we're also skilling up our teams there. So we have a workforce of about 12,000 IT engineers that are working either for our India operation or our global services operation, covering the rest of our footprint around the world. So I really see telecoms as a digital enabler across all sectors, helping society remain resilient and support growth.
You mentioned you're very involved in working in India as an employer, as an investor. How do you see the recent reforms undertaken by the Indian government?
I think it's a positive step in the right direction. And if I could, can I take the opportunity to personally thank the Indian government for a very constructive and proactive approach, and to Prime Minister Modi for showing leadership in approving what is a very wide-ranging and comprehensive reform package. I think this is a really important milestone, if you like, for digital India. We came into India in 2007 through an acquisition of a business. It was the fourth largest player at the time, and we've continued to invest through to build the position. We are the last foreign investor in that sector. If you went 10 years ago, there were over 14 players across India in the telco sector. Now there's us, two domestic players and one state player. So it sort of talks to the challenges the sector has faced over that period of time. So I think it was really important that the government took this important first step on the journey to ensure foreign participation and ensure a more sustainable sector moving forward. I think we are like a bellwether, if you like. We're a demonstration that a foreign investor can do well in India. And I think it sent a strong message out to the business and investment community that you can do business in India and you can flourish, and the government are supportive of you.
So what do you think can be done in the future to ensure sustainable growth and healthy competition?
Well, I think this was, as I said, a very important first step in the right direction. I think what is really important is that there is a level playing field in India amongst all of the players, and that there's the right framework in place to do that. I think the details of the reform being discussed have yet to be finalised. So clearly, I'm keen to see it enacted effectively. So that we can see that level playing field. And then really to capture the true opportunity, I would say there's two things. Firstly, pricing in India is the lowest in the world, yet the volumes are one of the highest. And that is an unsustainable position. And in other countries around the world, the regulator takes a very active role in understanding the pricing dynamic to ensure that pricing is fair in the marketplace, that you earn reasonable returns, and it encourages investment. And what I'd like to see in India is, if you like, a slightly greater pricing oversight to ensure that it's in the right place moving forward. And I would say the second area is the sector has suffered from a lot of litigation, whether it's from the telecoms department or tax departments. And that provides a lot of uncertainty for investors. They don't have the visibility of how the business will evolve going forward. And therefore, I'd like more predictability. I think we should go through an exercise of settling all the past cases and having the right framework moving forward so that there isn't litigation and we can work constructively and stay focused on growth.
Thank you so much, Nick, for being with us here today in India Global Forum and sharing your ideas, and hope to see you again very soon.
Edie, it was a pleasure.